This is our last video in the series where we're going to finish answering the question, why send missionaries around the world when there's lost people across the street? We're going to look at the fourth distinction made by Paul in Romans 15, and that's the difference between reached and unreached. So, continuing in Romans 15, again looking at verse 23 and 24, Paul writes, "But now that there is no more place for me to work in these regions, and since I've been longing for many years to see you, I plan to do so when I go to Spain. I hope to visit you while passing through and to have you assist me on my journey there after I've enjoyed your company for a while." So Paul plans to go to Spain. My question is, how did Paul even know there was such a place as Spain? He certainly didn't Google it. I don't think he had a subscription to National Geographic magazine. My guess is that every time a ship came from the west, Paul is talking to those sailors and he's asking them, what's the farthest west you've been? How long did it take to get there? What kind of supplies did you need? What are the people like there? Who or what do they worship? To his knowledge, Spain was the ends of the earth. Notice what Paul is doing here. He's identifying where the missionary task is complete, and he's researching to see where the missionary task remains. Where are those places there's no church, no Christians, no gospel, no access? So for strategic reasons, he's identifying places as reached and unreached. Now, we use those two terms a lot in the missions world. Today, we talk in terms of reached and unreached people groups rather than countries, because the gospel has penetrated every country, but not yet penetrated every people group. So let's define what is a reached people group and what is an unreached people group. A reached people group is a people group that has a viable church capable of evangelizing their own people. An unreached people group is a people group with no indigenous community of believing Christians with adequate numbers and resources to evangelize their own people. Now, there's been a lot of talk between sociologists and missiologists to define what is that number? What is the tipping point to have enough people that evangelize their own people? And they've kind of settled on a number of 2%. They're saying if there's at least 2% or more are believing Christians, that would be enough that they could evangelize their own people. So when we talk about an unreached people group, we're talking about a people group that has less than 2% Christians. Today, there are over 7,000 unreached people groups in the world. And only 1 out of every 10 missionaries that are sent from U.S. churches go to unreached people groups. The other 9 go to people groups that already have been reached with the gospel, that already have access to the gospel. Now, if we keep sending missionaries to the same places without doing research to find out where the unreached are, we're never going to finish the task Christ gave us. That's why we send missionaries around the world. Now, I want to leave you with 2 resources to help you research more about where are the unreached. One is a website called peoplegroups.org, and the second is another website called joshuaproject.net. Both of these websites will help you research where unreached people groups are. Links to both of these websites will be in the description below. If you found any of these videos helpful, be sure to hit the like button and then subscribe to our YouTube channel, and look for upcoming videos as we equip you to know the story and live the story.